Today is March 13th, 2025. We're at the height of the dry season. The rains should be arriving, hopefully, God willing, in a month or so. The water is very low in our water bodies. This is our biggest lake and it's very shallow. But the only reason there is any water is is in it still. It's very dry season, very dry year. The water is very unusually low, I should say. The only reason the water is still here is because 10,000 gallons a day of the water we use for water changes makes it into this pond, into this lake. So it is still full of life, but even the gators don't like it so much anymore, even the small gators, like that one over there. Well, because it's getting too shallow even for the babies. The turtles also don't like it so much. The fish are tolerating it. There's two baby gators. Yeah, both of them are right there. I don't know if you can see their heads. Two heads over there. There's probably more baby gators here too. But anyhow, this is very dry. Water is very low. You can see that when the gators are moving, there's clouds of silt stirred up from the bottom. I'm guessing this is not even knee deep. It's between a knee and an ankle deep water. There are two islands on the lake, and they're getting pretty bare and exposed, with straits between the island and the bank is very shallow. Well, again, my point is that if there's any water in here is only because we dump 10,000 gallons in here every day. But this is pretty much ankle deep in here. Alright, I'll show you a couple more water bodies before we get to the main point of this video. These are rainwater ditches, about 5 foot in ground. They of course are dry. We have one that's really deep, and even that dried up, which happens every maybe once in 5-10 years only. So this tells me that it's a really dry season, even for a dry season. That's the one. It's much deeper. But it's also dry. There's more storm ditches on that side over there. They're all dry too. I'm gonna show you our second biggest lake, which is getting to be very low. We just got 2 inches of rain 2 days ago, and that filled it up a little bit. But all in all, more than half of this was dry. Those lighter areas, this is just has been dry, just covered with a little bit of water. So the turtles and the fish are struggling in it. That side is a little bit lower by maybe a few inches. So all the fish are right there. You see the movement, and there's fish laying around. So I'm going to drag them out. Tilapia. Herons come over every day to hunt. Okay, and I'm gonna show you the thriving part of our water bodies, the ones where the pond where we dump the raw wastewater. So the 10,000 gallons is the raw water plus 15% of raw well water, and then in this pond receives about, I want to say 70,000 gallons a day of the waste raw water. Navigator, small one over there. Brown basilisks are running on that raised bed. But anyhow, this is where we dump all the water from the RO operations, and it's always keeping up the well level, and there's a ton of fish in here and ton of life. But this is all just about to change, because I'm going to reroute this. The RO water is right there. You see the bubbles and the pipe. So I'm rerouting this RO water to go into the pond I showed you a second. This is the pump house over there. It houses the RO system and everything else. This is the pipe carrying the RO wastewater from the pump house, and it goes, makes a 90-degree turn and goes straight there, which keeps a lot of water on this side of the driveway. It's just has been a not the best decision on my part 10 years ago or 13 years ago when we did that. So I'm rerouting it to go to the other one, to dump it into our second biggest lake. So it'll get the water across the road away from the house. And we're going to be dumping it right here in the second biggest lake. So that's what I guess that's what I'm showing you. Nothing tremendous to write home about, but it's a happening. All right, let me continue working on that, on the pipe laying. I prepared the ditch across the driveway. We'll keep going. Alright, the pipe is in. I just finished gluing it. It's got 4 sections. This is the last step to cut the functioning pipe and reconnect it to the new pipe. This is all set. Just need to give it some time to cure. No, crooked and kinky, but hopefully it will hold. I just don't want any roots to make it into the connections and plug up the pipe. I just turned on the water. It looks like my plumbing is holding, as crooked as it is. Just checking for leaks right now. Everything looks dry. This is not too bad. This one is kinky. There's no leaks, it's holding up. There's no pressure there either, really. Not much. And this one is the worst, really kinky. But it's holding up too. Alright. So that's the first water reaching our pond to make all the inhabitants happy. Okay, I'm ready to cover it up. And where the road is, I need to concrete it. Okay, got the concrete. Let's do some more work. Alright, we're done, it's getting late. Just need to take out this pile. Everything else is done. The water is now running into the new pond. Everything looks well. The gator right in the middle. Just for reference, I think this is all about 100 feet long right now, maybe 150, 130 or so. So that pond is the one that we've been dumping the water into for 14 years. It's no more. I mean, it's gonna go shallow, maybe dry even eventually, probably in a week or two, and I'm gonna catch whatever's still there and move it to save it, to move it to that pond that I just showed you. It's been full of life, but it's not a good thing for some royal palms, and this royal palm is suffering badly. The heart and the top is so small. I don't know if it's gonna be able to survive, but it's been like this for the crown has been getting smaller and smaller and smaller each year for the last 10 years, because the water is always standing here and there is no break. Anyhow, thank you for watching.